Blondie Watson, President of the Board of Chosen Freeholders of Essex County. And tonight I am absolutely delighted to welcome a group of young people who are participating in the Essex County First Tee program at the Weekway Park Golf Course. We have been following the progress of the program as it continues to get better and better, and especially the progress of the young people who attend the class and lessons, and who are learning not only the game of golf, but even more importantly, about the game of life. I know that the mission of the First Tee program is to impact the lives of young people by providing educational programs that build character, instill life-enhancing values, and promote healthy choices through the game of golf. And unfortunately, I'm not a golf player. They keep pressuring me to come out and learn how to hit the ball at least. But maybe I need a lesson from you guys, right? I think I wouldn't be so embarrassed if I come and let you teach me. But I know that the mission of the First Tee, again, is to impact the lives of young people by providing educational programs. In furtherance of that mission, the First Tee program teaches 9 core values: honesty, integrity, sportsmanship, respect, confidence, perseverance, courtesy, and judgment. The First Tee program also stresses 9 healthy habits, and they are energy, play, safety, vision, mind, family, friends, community, and school. So tonight we are delighted to honor members of our Essex County First Tee program for being the great young people they are, and especially because they have proven that they take the school healthy habit seriously. Because they were all named to the AB honor rolls at their respective schools, and we couldn't be prouder of them. So right now, I'd like to call up, before we call up, I'm going to call up freeholder Carol Clark, and Carol will take it from here. And if you see me slip out, it's because I have another meeting before my freeholders meeting, and I apologize for slipping out, but if I can get rid of that person and get back in this meeting before you leave, I will certainly do so. So please, let me congratulate all of you and continue the progress that you're doing with our First Tee so that we can be the best First Tee program in the nation. So thank you again, and may God bless you. Carol?
I just want everybody to understand just how supportive she is and always has been of young people. And she has often been heard to say in these chambers and elsewhere that we always hear about the young people that aren't doing well. But the young people who are doing well, we rarely get an opportunity to hear about them or to actually see them. And so I know for a fact that it gives her and all of us present here a great deal of pleasure, and just we consider it an honor and a privilege to be able to recognize our young people in Essex County for the First Tee. So, Ms. Watson, we are actually going to recognize the future Essex County superstars, the First Tee golfers. The next Tiger Woods, perhaps, is sitting amongst us. Not just for what they might accomplish on the golf course, but for what we're sure they will accomplish in school. And that's a key. Not only in school, but what they're going to accomplish in the workplace. And for their contribution to their communities as a result of what they learn right here in the Essex County First Tee program. We're joined by freeholder Rufus Johnson, who is going to assist me in passing out the certificate to our stars. He's going to have a word to say too, so before we go any further, I'm going to ask him to say his greetings to you. Please welcome freeholder Rufus Johnson.
Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. I can see, some of you guys know that I'm at the golf course a whole lot over there. I see you guys running through Mr. Strickland, and of course, Chaz Moses. Here he is in the door, Chaz Moses. And I think that they're doing a terrific job, not just with you in golf, because there's more to golf than just hitting the ball and playing the ball. Like some of your goals are in it, integrity, honesty, things of that nature, shaping you to be good role models for us. Because see, one day I'm going to be a very old man, and you guys will be the ones running America. We need you to be able to do it, and do it in a very, very good way. And by you guys doing the things that you have been doing and proving in your classrooms, it's remarkable, and I feel proud to know that the guys that have been working with you, they deserve a big round of applause. That's Strickland, and where's Chaz Moses? I think you guys should give them a round of applause. And last but not least, which is the most important thing of all, is the parents. Parents, we understand how busy schedules are. We understand how life has gotten tough with the economy and different things of that nature. And for us, as parents, to make the time to make sure that they make these events and make sure that they keep up with some of the principles that are being put before them by the First Tee program, I have to applaud you, because without consistency and your consistency, they wouldn't be where they're at or as good as they are. So parents, I applaud you myself.
Forever, because as a parent, I knew the benefit of it and insisted, and then she went on to stay in the program. When she got to high school, she was the only high school student there who went out for the golf team, because it was first instituted after a layoff when she was a sophomore, and all the other 9 people who went out for it were self-selected. They were going to be on the team, 7 or 9, I don't remember the number, and their parents were fortunate enough to be members to a very nice golf clubs. I mean, you know, golf country clubs. We did not belong to a golf. She was the only one who didn't, but because of her experience through the First Tee program and Renaissance Junior Golf, they said, well, we only can take 7 of the 9 of you. What we'll do, assuming that she didn't know how to play, would not be a good player because she didn't belong to any of the clubs, we'll go in to the range, hit some balls, then we'll play a couple of 9-hole, 3-part golf, and we'll select the best. Well, one lady was in a league by herself. She was exceptional. But Rachel was in the top 2 or 3. And they changed the rules and accepted everyone because of this program and programs like this. And she went on, ending up being a captain or co-captain of the golf with a scholarship from First Tee. And she's now a senior at Georgetown. So parents, keep them engaged, keep them involved. And it's just a great, great opportunity for your honor roll students.
Well, I don't think we get a better testimonial than that. We're also joined by freeholder Leonard Luciano. And when it comes to young people and scholastic achievement, he knows a bit about that as a Newark school teacher. And certainly so does our vice president, having taught English for a number of years at West Orange High School. She knows a little bit about scholarship and honor roll students as well. So we're going to get on with our program, but there were a couple of names that were mentioned that are synonymous with this program right now. There's a couple other names that weren't mentioned. I'm going to start with a couple of names that weren't mentioned. I'm going to talk to you about the gentleman that brought this program to Essex County. But for him, I don't know that we'd be sitting here right now with this many young people being recognized for their scholastic achievement in school and being recognized for being in the First Tee program. I'm not going to ask him to come forward at this time, but I am going to ask him to stand, and I'm going to ask you guys to give him a rousing hand and a warm applause for bringing the First Tee to Essex County, and that's none other than Mr. Edward Wadu. Mr. Wadu. There. Without him, we wouldn't be standing here. The other gentlemen, the other two people I want to recognize are parents who kind of stepped up to the plate and said, listen, we need a parents' council. We need to pull this thing together. We need to get it together. We need to have somebody say to First Tee organization, we've got some young people and we need to do this and do it right. We need to get them registered. We need to do all of the components. We need to make sure that all of the components that make up the First Tee are in play at the Essex County First Tee, and that we don't need to be the weak sister in the metropolitan area. And that's none other than Mr. Doug Freeman. I think he's the vice president, and Miss Jackie Bays. And Doug, you may not be the vice president, but you've been instrumental. So Doug Freeman, let's give him a hand. And the president of the Parents Council, Miss Jackie Bays, and I am going to ask her to come forward because I wanted to be here when we pass these out. Come on, Jackie. Jackie, yep, thank you. She's going to be here and help me pass these out. But she knows these young people and she knows the parents. Well, we talked about a couple of people, Chaz Moses and Daryl Strickland. And what can I say about Daryl Strickland other than that he has probably turned his attention to golf right about now, but when I tell you he was a fantastic basketball player, that's an understatement. I'm telling you he was a number one, starred for Rutgers, Newark, and Essex County College, and one of the Newark Public Schools. He is an outstanding athlete, so it doesn't surprise me that he became extremely good at the game of golf. But more importantly, he's just an all-around great guy and a class act. Mr. Daryl Strickland, one of your co-coordinators. A young man, where is he? Where's Chaz? A young man who has the fire in the belly. A young man who came through, I believe, Renaissance Newark Golf. A young man who kind of grew up in the Weequahic golf course area. A young man who has been able to travel to many of those country clubs that you've mentioned. He knows what it's like to come through a program as a young person. He is an excellent, excellent golfer and a great teacher. His skills warrant him, the title of teaching pro, and I would hope very shortly that he's going to be able to have that designation if he doesn't have it already. And I'll say to you that there are precious few African Americans that actually have that title. So Chaz, go get it. You're doing everything. He grew up in this area, went to school here, graduated from Johnson C. Smith, I believe on a golf scholarship. Chaz Moses, step out so you can get a hand. Okay. Well, this is the moment that we're all waiting for. This is the reason we are here, because these young people are going to come up. They're going to stand front and center. Mr. Freeholder Johnson is going to help me. I guess Freeholder Luciano, Freeholder Gill, and our president of the Parents Council is going to help as well. We're going to call these names out, and you guys are going to help me present them. Autumn Payton, please come forward. Let's give them a round as they come forward. Come on, young lady, come on down. Here you go. Stay right here, baby. Don't leave. Deja Deja Rudolph. Come on down, young lady. Erica Bramwell. Oh, Arisha. I'm sorry. Oh, my pronunciation was. Say it again. Aricia. Excuse me. Aricia Bramwell. Hadia Wilson. We have all ladies, but we got our first gentleman right now. Mr. Harold Ross Jr. Ah, look at him. Mr. Isaiah Whitaker. Come on down. Miss Janice McCrae. Did I say it right? Uh-oh, I didn't say it right. You can help me with my pronunciation when you get here. Janice. Mr. Jeremy Garicia. All right. Did I get it right, Jeremy? No. Garriga. Jeremy Garriga. Well, where is she at? Miss Jewel Strickland. Miss Kathleen Sullivan. Miss Lauren Sullivan. Mr. Murad Nadim Ali. His dad, Mr. Clarence Lilly's in the back there, and he was quite a proprietor in the Newark area for many, many years. Okay, I'm sorry. Mujahid Nadim Ali. Okay, I got it. Oh, Ms. Watson, right on time.
Yes, thank you.
Come on up. Tafari Lima.
Do you need some of them to start? No.
Is it Tazadi Phipps? Did I get it right? No, I didn't get it right. Oh, okay. Sadi Phipps. I got it right this time. Okay. Zayn Phipps? Zachary Dees. Brianna Freeman. And Jalen Freeman. He's got his first T cap on. Now, just in case someone came in after we, identified everyone who's here, I am going to go back through the list of young people that I have here that I did not call. If you are here, would you please come forward? Is Nia Berrien here? Okay. Is Jared Martinez here? Is Elijah Haynes here? Ashley White? Okay. I'm going to give these to Madam President. Okay. To give to Madam President. Madam President. Madam President. I'm going to say to everybody here, this is a real special day. To see all of you standing here. You're being filmed and photographed so that this airs. And it's really very important that this does air. Because this is a game that you will play for the rest of your lives. This is a game that will carry you through life into maybe some boardrooms, some country clubs, into some phenomenal experiences. My prayer is that it will carry you through college. The skills that you learn, you will carry them with you everywhere. I can't tell you the pride that I feel standing here looking at all of you. It makes my heart simply explode because you're so beautiful and you're so talented and you're so smart. And you're ours. You're uniquely ours. And we're very, very, very appreciative of that. So the Essex County First Tee, to all of the parents out there, why don't you parents stand up so we can salute you? Come on, parents, stand up so everybody can see who you are. Woo! First Tee parents. The sacrifices that you make and the sacrifices that you made, it's all coming to fruition now. You can see it coming together in these beautiful young people. Now, I'm going to put one of you on the spot. I always do this when I have young people. I'm going to put one young man and one young lady on the spot. I'm going to ask you to just kind of look at each other and volunteer to step up to speak on behalf of the First Tee. So, gentlemen, you guys huddle together. Come on, huddle together and see who's going to be the spokesperson. Ladies, you huddle up and decide who's going to be the spokesperson, and then you can come over to the podium. For the gentleman, Mr. Ross will be the spokesperson. Mr. Ross.
Thank you. I just want to say to Essex County that they taught me a lot about golf and everything that I know from Essex County is what I will always do from Essex County. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ross. And Ms. Wilson will be the spokesperson for the ladies.
Hello. I just would like to thank everybody that has helped me throughout First Tee, including Chaz, Moses, and Coach Strickland. They have did a lot for me, and also my parents. And I would like to thank everyone that put this together. This is a nice thing that you guys did for us, and I'm very happy to be here. Thank you.
Well, I want to hear from the president of the Parents Council, and then, of course, we'll hear from Chaz and Strick. Jackie? You want to defer to Doug? Okay. Doug Freeman.
How you doing? Doug Freeman, District Leader 44 North. I came to First Tee last year by accident. There was Maple School was doing, I think it was like a field trip for the kids. I made a wrong turn to the golf course. I met Mr. Wadu. At the time, there was a lot of problems as far as the groundkeeping and everything with First Tee. I met Jackie Basin. We came together collectively to make sure that the kids of our community will be able to play the sport of golf. Not just play the sport of golf, be able to teach other kids the sport of golf. Be leaders in our community and move forward. Through that, other sports have come into Weequahic Park, the Weequahic Sports Authority. The community has come out collectively, and we have a tennis coach now. We have everything that we feel is past the basketball and football stage. We're looking now for Essex County, the community, to bring more alternative sports like lacrosse. There's cricket that we're looking to bring into the park. And all this came about because of the First Tee. So this is something that we look forward to, the future, and I just want to thank Carol Clark, Johnson, Wadu, and every parent that has taken their child. And I know they're tired, and they have things to do, and they think other than themselves, but their kids. And with their kids, when they tell their peers and show these certificates and that they was honored here, and the pictures will be on our Facebook pages, that they was a part of something. Not something small, something big. This is big. One day it may be in front of the president, or maybe they'll be a president, hopefully. I just seen some kids today, they were sitting on the stoop, and I told them, I said, look, get up and do something. If you don't, I'll see you tomorrow, and I'm going to bring you to the tennis court First Tee. I have the option to do that now. Before, when I was young, I didn't. Parents worried about their kids and their inner circle, and not the kids that they need to help. And that's going to stop inside the South Ward, and with Johnson, Beasley, and all the rest of the freeholders. And I definitely have to thank them because they really have done something for us, which is the handball court, and it has revived our community tremendously. That everyone is talking about it, and this is going to move forward. Thank you.
Well, I can tell you for sure. I don't have I don't often get the privilege of speaking for the Freeholder Board, but I guess Madam President and Madam Vice President are letting me run with this right about now. Whenever we get those kind of kudos, and whenever we hear that projects are revitalizing the community, that's what we want to hear. We want to know that because you know what our county executive slogan is: putting Essex County first. And he would be happy to know that that is how you feel about what's happening, because he put a great deal. Let's hear it for our county executive, Joseph DiVincenzo, in absentia. Without him and without his staff, a lot of these things would not have happened. So I just want to thank you. I want to thank everybody who's here to witness this. This is the first time that we're doing this, but this will not be the last. We are looking forward to this being an annual event. So parents, stay at it like Nehemiah. Stay on that wall. Don't you come down. Don't get weary in your well-doing. I know it's driving you crazy, but it's well worth it, as you can see right here, the fruits of your labor. So thank you so very, very much. I want to thank all of the freeholders. I want to thank Madam President for allowing me to take the lead. I want to thank all of our freeholders for being a part of it, our staff. I didn't introduce Mr. McInerney. This is our budget consultant. I introduced Mr. Parlavecchio, but Mr. McInerney snuck in on me, so we have to acknowledge him as well. I'm going to allow our president to close us out the way she would, and then I'll ask Mr. Freisen, who's our photographer, and Gary to line us up to see how we do this. And at some point in time, maybe in the hallway, where we have a larger space, we'll be able to get all of the parents in. I'll bring Chaz up with Ms. Watson so the two of you can close out.
Right. Clark took the line. But on behalf of the First Tee of Essex County, our Executive Director, Mr. Barry McLaughlin, I would like to thank and commend the Board of Chosen Freeholders and Mr. Joseph N. DiVincenzo, our County Executive, for commending these young people's commitment and drive toward academic excellence. I applaud you all.
Because I'll meet him in a couple of weeks in my neighborhood, and he will say to me, why don't you let me speak?
I just want to thank everyone, the county exec, the freeholders, the parents for entrusting your kids in our care, and importantly, kids, participants, just for giving me a little piece of you, just a little piece, and just to be a part of this here, and like I said, inspiring me to go to the First Tee every day and give you 100%. I thank you, and let's build on what we have right now, and let's not let this be the last. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Before I bring the closing remarks, and I need to get with the next group because my meeting must start at 7:30. You can tell I'm right on time. I'm behind my schedule, so I cannot start the meeting, our regular board meeting, after 7:30. So, Freeholder Vice President Sebo, would you like to have a few words? And did we have any of the other freeholders that didn't speak? Brendan?
Thank you very much, President Watson. I spent 30 years teaching at West Orange High School. I'm very familiar with students and with kids of all talents in all areas. And I'm so pleased to be here tonight and see so many of you who have excelled so well at what you are doing. So keep up the work, and I know you will all be very, very successful in life. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam President. Good evening, everyone. I do not play golf, so I'm going to need some. So I'm looking forward to getting some lessons very soon. But again, congratulations to each and every one of you. It's really a joy for me to be a part of this type of recognition, this type of celebration. I know, as many of my colleagues have stated, it's what motivates us, and to see this type of good work that's being done, especially with the future, and each and every one of you are the future. And what we hope to do is give you an opportunity to be able to do great things, and you have started to do that, and I know each of you will continue to do that. So all of the best, good luck, and I look forward to seeing you out in the links soon.
Very good. And just let me tell you a brief story about how Mr. Wadu would not let us say no. When I first got on the Freeholder Board about 15 years ago, Mr. Wadu was at every Freeholder meeting talking about First Tee. And we kept putting him off, and then one day he met me outside and he said, you know what? We need to have a First Tee in Newark, New Jersey, in Essex County, and you're going to help me to make it happen. So I promised him I would. And Mr. Wadu, thanks to you, because without you coming to a meeting, and that's what you have to do when you want something bad enough. You can't come one time and go back and say, you know what, I did bring it to their attention, but they didn't do anything. Mr. Wadu never gave up. So to all of you, let me tell you that Mr. Wadu was a warrior. He was your spokesman. And the reason we have the first T in Essex County today is because of you, Mr. Wadu. And I will always always thank you for your indulgence, for your consistency, and for not taking no for an answer. So again, let's give Mr. Wadu, I know we've said it before, but we have to give him credit.